Welcome back, everyone. So now we will make dastardly plans for the future, I suppose.
All right.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So we had just finished.
The entanglement roll.
Your entanglement roll. Yes, where you had gotten into a little bit of trouble with the Sklovlin refugees, and you just took it. So you will face consequences for that later, but not right now. Always put off consequences till later.
Of course. I mean, it's not like they can, exponentially get worse.
Yeah.
Why do something now you could do tomorrow?
Yeah.
There's only millions of those bastards in the city. It's not like it's a problem.
What is the plan for your downtime, guys?
Does anyone in particular want to start?
I mean, I have an idea what I want to do, but I'm not in a hurry.
I'm probably just going to recover some stress and then maybe look into the situation with the crows a bit. See if I can find out anything about what's going on there. If I can get some payback for our dear friend the River King.
And yeah, I have a pretty clear idea of what I'm going to do.
Okay, who's gonna start?
So Dandelion had clear ideas.
Yeah, might as well just start.
All right, do it. Let's take it away.
So let's see. I think because I only have 4 stress, so I think I'm just going to take our crew option and take away half. This would be a bit more safe to not overindulge.
Okay.
And let's
Sure.
see. Can I use my whisper spider thing to bump that up to 1?
Let me double check the wording on that. I feel like the answer is no, because you're not taking the indulge vice downtime action. You're taking a different downtime action that is giving you that is reducing your stress and counting towards indulging your vice.
So do I still have to indulge my vice to combat my trauma?
No, it will supplicate that for this, but yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Yeah, no, I'll just take off the 2. And then I would probably like to gather information on the rooks.
And don't forget that
if
you clear your stress, you can carry 1 die forwards to an action in which you've supplicated Diania.
Yes,
Yeah.
so tell us how you're supplicating to yourself to Diania, and therefore we can use that to mark how if you get a bonus die in the future.
I think it's one of those rare moments where we actually see Diania, like her physical shape, when she occasionally manifests. We get a moment with her and William in the sacrificial theater.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned a recent encounter with Rorik, with the leader of the crows, and how making headway into the crow's foot might help with our situation in Tangletown. If we get a sizable ally in there, we can start getting that going sooner. So I basically ask for like her wisdom on this. Like, what is this? This like a good
Okay.
approach? Is this Rourke a good guy? Like, a good guy.
So
targets.
basically anything regarding Rorik or Tangletown.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm picturing William like kneeling in front of the like birthing chair in the middle, and Danny like sitting on it, and there's like child form.
Oh yeah, totally.
Nice.
I feel it.
Yeah, just asking her about is this the venue that we should pursue? My goddess, is this a task that we should undertake?
And all you get from her is like a solemn nod.
Good. Then it will be done. Thank you, my goddess. He goes like all the way down. He like puts his forehead to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. We will not fail you, my goddess. Good. Then my next action is going to be gather information on the crows. See who exactly is in charge now and what their deal is.
How are you gathering this info?
Let's see. I am probably. I haven't met Jaren since my downtime. Since my trauma, rather. My good friend in the Blue Coats.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be a time for a dramatic reunion. As William looks a fair bit more haggard than he did before. I think he might even be like graying a bit. Because he is wearing himself out. So let's see. I'm just going to roll a. Let's see. I think it would be like more or less the same approach we did before, like him taking me into the archives and us looking up like records about. There must have been some like newspapers incidents about what happened. I forget who the like news faction in Dustfall. I know there is one.
Oh, that the newspaper is the Ink Rakes.
Right. Yeah, there was like some sort of like public information about what's going on in Grossfoot. So going back for public records and some of the Blue Coat inside information in that sense. So I'm thinking this is a study roll.
Sure.
Yeah, with the help of a good friend, brings it up to 2 dice.
Nice.
There we go. 6.
Brilliant. So you get good information. What exactly are you trying to find out about the crows here?
What their situation is now, or what it's been like since Rourke died. Who is in charge? Is there anyone else in the faction that's like trying to seize power that we would be possibly willing to just in contacting?
Okay. So here's what you know. Lissa is now the leader of the crows. It has been strongly suspected, but no one can prove that she is the one that murdered Rorik. Belden is her second in command and is very loyal to her. People suspect that they're lovers, or if not, at least that he is desperately in love with her and would do anything for her. There's no risk of him turning against her, However, not everyone in the Crows is happy with what happened here. There are definitely like second bananas, third in commands, and so forth that would have preferred that Rorik live, and since that's no longer an option, would prefer that Alyssa is not the person in charge. They are very, very splintered in this. None of them can agree on who should be in charge. A few of them say, oh, it should be me. A few of them say, oh, it should definitely be Belden. A few of them say, no, it should be this other person, and so on and so on. You've got like a couple of cliques that would all like to see a certain person put up in charge, but not enough of them agree on it in order to make a difference. Since Rurik's death, the Lissa has managed to get most of the crew in line. They're still not happy with her leadership per se, but at the same time they listen to her. She's very effective in her leadership. Let's see what else. They've been at war with the Canal Dockers in the past, and their tensions have been very high as well with them now. The exact reasoning behind that is not entirely clear in these police records.
Okay.
But it seems like that is a feud that survived Rorik's death. Like this is was a problem before when Rorik was in charge, and remained a problem after Alyssa took over. So there's that. But now, of course, the Canal Dockers are pretty much non-existent, and there's definitely, if not a power vacuum, at least a labor vacuum, as far as that's concerned. So, what other? You're welcome to ask additional questions related to your original question.
Right. Is there anyone outside the Crows that would want to see Rorik avenged?
Yeah, definitely. Who would like to see Rorik avenged?
I happen to find one in the book. If you.
Oh, you know of one?
Yes, it's the leader of the Hive.
Brilliant. Looking through the book right now. Hive is here. It is. Durjamaha.
Whoops.
Connection lost.
Lovely. Shit.
Connected. Connection lost.
Ah.
Connected. User left
Channel
your channel.
switched.
Hi. Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Hello.
My
Mine
internet
was rough.
threw up.
Oh dear.
One of those nights, though.
Yeah. So what did I miss?
No, when did you cut off? You kind of just froze on our end after. a
Oh,
while.
okay. Let me see. You had I think just finished gathering information on the crows.
Okay. Did you catch the additional question? Did you hear about Jira Maha?
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, so basically the leader of the hive is reported to have been involved with Rorik, and so wants his death avenged. So that's one possible venue we could pursue. We also talked about maybe getting our blue code bribes back.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, and possibly
Whether
talking...
you wanted to take the ones that which had been redirected to the hive, was it? We were just talking about this.
to the consulate, to the Ruven consulate.
Oh yeah,
Right.
We
those
sold them off.
bastards.
Yeah. So it talked about possibly collaborating with the Grey Cloaks to take them down. Get our bribes back.
Aha, here it is. There we go. Aruvian consulate takes the glucose bribes. So yeah, you could talk. There's also other blue coat bribes you could have, like if you want to get more, you could take them from someone else. You don't have to take them from the person that took them from you.
Okay. Yeah, because we get along pretty well with the hive, despite them dealing our Luco
Yeah,
bribes.
It's the consulate that has the bribes.
Oh, the consulate. Yeah, sorry.
The hive wants to... is someone we could help out with the whole Rorik situation.
Yeah. Well, we don't get along very well with them, but
No.
we don't necessarily want to exacerbate things either. Maybe.
So do we want to focus on the crow's foot for now, then?
It's a good question.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, let's start. Because the canal dockers and the rooks were apparently at war. That's so there might be someone in there that we can supplant Lissa with, and just have them be on good terms with them. Maybe they can help us get into Tangletown.
Sounds good.
So should that be where we go from here? Try to overthrow.
Well, everybody still has their downtime still to do because you were the first one to take any.
Yeah, I just thinking a plan going forward. We want them to inform our downtime, perhaps.
Yeah. So I am kind of hesitant to just try and overthrow the current leadership. But investigating our options and seeing what path proves fruitful, of course.
For sure.
Okay. So should I go ahead with mine? I think mine is just going to be
Yep. Go ahead.
recovery and blowing off steam. So, I think I'm going to call upon Rorix, and you'd think it would be to dig for information on the crows, and ostensibly I think that's what Fruk thinks he's going to do, but then he immediately gets distracted by tangents and going into juicy stuff that's not particularly relevant and just enjoys himself. So first off is going to be indulging in vice. Does the fact that he's calling upon this particular spirit that we've we've started to engage with count as help or no?
No.
Okay.
No. He's not helping you here.
All right. Oh, and I should probably. The outcome is there. Okay. So essentially the same as if I had gone and prayed to Denia, which I think I will also do. So, yeah, after buggering off and doing his own fun thing, I think that he will fervently, if not seek her counsel, then pray to her fervently and seek solace in her sinister embrace. Which is the cutting stress in half. Take that down to 1 with a roll forward, and then with calculation, he will try to adjust to having icy brain fingers in his head.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right.
Yeah, it's something you can cope with, I think. But and
Zing.
that's a 8 clock.
For what?
The recovering from the icy brain fingers.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's somewhere there on
It's
that
actually
first page.
right beneath the harm on your character sheet.
Oh, I see.
Where's
Okay.
your character sheet? Oh, it's doing that weird minimized thing.
All right. So let me see. That's recovery is a fortune action, right? Or is it?
It's whatever you're doing to recover.
Oh, okay.
So if you go to a doctor, then we're gonna roll the tier of the quality of that doctor. If you go to Zinged, then Zinged is gonna roll for you. If you are just like, I'm gonna take a bubble back, then relax, then we'd roll like a fortune die.
Okay. So I think that what Farouk would totally do is ask ask certain occult and occult individuals and spirits that he probably shouldn't be talking to at all, their perspective, and try to understand it, understand the situation rather than like seeking therapy as such.
I mean, Zinc fits the description for the first kind of person. So you said.
Well, I certainly wouldn't mind help.
You can get my help.
Yeah, I think.
For me, you're frozen, by the way, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can crafting on my end.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
You're
starting to
sitting there
robot.
thoughtfully with your fingers like touching your lip.
Yeah.
And
Um,
having
It-
fun.
and you don't
it's a
move
good
when you're
picture.
talking.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm reloading.
Also, you sound a little
Oh.
like the quality sounds a little bad, so your internet might be a bit.
I see.
It's still understandable though.
That's something. Okay. So when okay, it takes some time to reload the site, so I guess that might be the problem after all. Yeah. I can't roll right now because I tried to reload the site and
You don't have
Okay.
to roll. You're just helping him with the die.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Okay.
since it's downtime, you don't even have to take stress.
So I
You're
will
just
just
giving him knowledge.
Okay.
insights that he might not otherwise have. And I'll just roll a bunch of dice. Oh. Wait a second.
What'd you do?
Do you put
Oh,
your
you
I
named it
think
for
I-
instead of rolling 4 dice.
Yeah. So okay, so that was 2 of the dice, but I didn't roll the other 4.
Wow. You wanna roll the other 2 dice? Or the other 4, however. Why are you rolling so many dice?
I like to. Okay, so
I'm a big fan of
Um,
numbers.
okay, so what I'm doing is consorting to get information on how to deal with this. And then so that's the 4 dice, and then the extra 2 are 1 for the carrying it forward for praying, and 1 for help.
Aha. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so this is just the.
Is nobody talking or am I
Okay,
disconnected?
there we go.
Okay.
There we go. Much better.
Yeah. I don't suppose that was no.
But now you only
Okay.
rolled 4 dice, not 6, right?
Oh, that's
Yes,
the-
yes. Just supposed to roll
But we
the
were
4.
counting those first
you-
2 as the first 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. That makes sense.
Okay, so that's 3 ticks.
Yeah, for 6 it's 3 ticks.
Okay. That is me.
Okay, here we go again.
Do you want to go, Ruby, while we're waiting for our
Sure.
doctor to set up?
Sure. I can certainly. I will definitely supplicate our goddess. I'm not sure how, though. I wonder what Ruby would do to worship Diania.
Yeah, I imagine her relationship is a little bit different.
Yeah. Maybe she gets up every morning like with a little moment of prayer. Since she'd be brainwashed by you guys, right? So I imagine that religiously she's pretty I guess in it wouldn't be her natural character, but because she was brainwashed, she's very like devoted and like doing her religious duty. So she starts, every morning like very early with like the morning prayers, and then like cleans out like the like general like area where Farouk gives his sermons is part of her like pious duty. And I think like she's just looking for stillness of mind, I guess, if that is something I can say.
I think so.
No, okay. And furthermore, she is going to find some nice kids to play with. That happen to also have parents that live on the in Tangletown, and she's just gonna be nice and share some of the cookies Elizabeth baked, and play with them and just be generally friendly and show that she's just a kid. So, what does that sound like? Sway or consort?
Probably consort, I think. It feels more like consort to me. If you disagree, convince me. But if you're asking me what it sounds like, I would say consort. But in the way Blades works, you tell me what you're rolling.
My sway is better, but I didn't really have a reason why it would be sway.
Mm-hmm.
So, consort sounds good. Yeah. I guess this is a slightly more like successful strategy.
Yeah, definitely.
That's 2 ticks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what? Do I want to finish this clock or do you want to keep my stash? I think I want to finish this clock. I want to spend my money on stuff that's important. So I'm gonna turn 2 of my stash that I get as my personal action into a coin, and just spend that coin basically time helping people out with like small tasks, like helping somebody with a little job he's working on. Make sure that one of the kids that falls into the water gets out of it quickly, like stuff like that. I just keep my eyes open and help people where I can. So what does that sound like?
What does
prowl maybe, since I'm doing physical work?
Oh, I figured you were, since this was a 4 o'clock, I figured you were just spending 1 coin.
I guess that works as well.
To boost it up by 1 more tick.
Okay, so I've been introduced to Tangletown people.
Like, I picture that as you, like, bringing, like, toys and stuff to share with the other children.
I wouldn't necessarily bring toys. I mean...
Maybe food? I don't know, maybe...
Yeah, maybe a bag of rice, something like that,
Yeah.
Some honest food. Some bag of, like, what was it? Radiant grown rice. Radiant farm grown rice. Okay, of course. So I will remove that clock. So yeah, I guess I need to get them to dock my boat at Tangletown. So I'll be spending 2 more of my. Actually, I'll just be spending a coin since I have coin. Why am I like liquefying my assets? So I'll spend, I guess, 2 more coin. 1 more coin. I want to have two left. So I'm gonna spend 1 more coin, and I'm gonna be my nicest self and find a very nice gruffy gentleman to to get me to be allowed to dock at the Tangletown. So I'll just be like, sir, I promise there won't be any trouble, but is it okay if I dock my boat at Tangletown tomorrow, just for a night? I just I want to get a good night's sleep, and you guys seem like decent people.
Okay. That sounds like you're trying to sway him. Is that accurate here?
That sounds totally fine by me.
You're like, please let me roll sway.
Please, sir.
Does Ruby mention at all that she's making these connections, or she's like making a point of doing this independently?
She does it independently, but she's not making a point of it. So she just goes out and does this, but like she's easy to follow, and she might mention to Elizabeth, who might mention to somebody else, and then suddenly everybody might know it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if it's something that reaches Farouk, he will definitely be happy to help and will like go out of his way to like send spirits out to like make sure that Ruby can find people that she's looking for, that sort of thing.
Ah, I didn't know you were so concerned with my well-being, Farouk.
Of
I'm
course.
genuinely touched.
I just want you to have fun.
Ah, thank you, Farouk. I'll remember this.
And he, just
Please, sir.
refrains from saying, "See that you do," but he's thinking it.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Shall I also roll the downtime action for our crew, which will probably be reduce heat?
I'm fine with that.
Unless somebody has any other ideas for it.
Always a good idea.
Okay.
Go for it.
4.
Can you overindulge with heat?
Didn't think so.
That would be fun. You have to. The crew goes on a strange journey.
It's
Everyone
like,
just forgets about us.
yeah, you're now unknown. Nobody knows who you are.
We lose rep. Ah!
You get a negative wanted level.
No, I just thought we had to play another crew for a short while.
Oh.
So.
All right, I
We go
removed
very off the
I
map.
removed 2 heat for you there for that roll.
Okay, cool.
And Zig, now that you're back in the realm of the internet,
Yes,
would you like to take some downtime actions?
I would love to. And I will just indulge in my vice. I don't get any extra dice, right? Why would I?
That depends.
Oh, right. That happened. I have 5 stress.
Oh!
Nice.
Oh boy, here we go.
Well,
All right.
what are you
Well,
gonna do now?
Gladly,
What would you like to do?
I always have had a plan in my mind if that happens. I just don't know if you will allow it.
Well, the canonical options here for overindulging are attract trouble. We roll an additional entanglement you must deal with immediately. Talk big, brag about your exploits, and gain +2 heat. Basically, just undo all of the good work that our crew took care of. 3 is lost. Play a different character until this one returns from their bender. And 4 is tapped. Your current purveyor of vice cuts you off, and you're going to need to find a new purveyor.
So, I actually thought of how would it be if I played a different character with a different cheat, but he calls himself El Zincto and is basically Zinc just with a mustache, and nobody really knows, is he zinced, is he not zinced, and apparently he does not know as well.
That's so ridiculously stupid. I love it.
Good.
So this new character is going to be starting from scratch. So
Sure.
Okay.
Is he a vampire?
I don't know. Am I a vampire?
No, you're not a vampire.
No,
A
it
vampire
tastes
is
just normal.
actually a thing.
Ah.
Does it count Zincto?
That Zingdo is not.
El Zincto.
You can change the spelling if I got that wrong for you.
Oh, it's wait, I just change it a little bit. Okay. No, that's good.
Let me add a new folder here for in jail. In jail.
So that means
Who watched Carmen Sandiego when they were a kid? Yeah.
It was
that. Oh,
long before I was born.
You're such a baby.
Bye bye.
so what does happen to my next downtime? Because I mean, I wanted to heal Zing, but I don't think that is really necessary anymore because he normally.
He will be healed when you get back from your bender. It's one of the
Yeah,
bonuses
but
of
the
going
thing
on a
is,
bender.
is El Zingto zinged or is he not? And does he have to heal or not?
I mean, tell me. Do you want to tell me privately? 'Cause you
Yeah.
can take Zing's other downtime action before you go on this bender. We can have a flashback
Okay.
of you doing this other action before you went and got lost.
Yeah, I will just. I think I will just do it on Skype if that is good to you. Or how do I whisper in? Okay.
I mean, you can just type slash, like, it's
Slash
like
W.
slash W GM or yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't get it when you type GM. Since I'm
And
between display.
slash. Okay, GM. Yeah.
Yeah, or Kelsa.
Mm-hmm.
Slash W space and then Kelsa or GM or something, and then your message.
If you want to do a test first, just to make sure you don't let some secrets out, that's fine too.
Not learn about the evil twins just yet. Maybe it's a good twin.
I mean, that's basically it for downtime. I just write. That's what I do.
Not getting your message. I don't know if you sent it to me.
No,
or
no,
if you're
I'm
not
still
done
typing.
writing.
I'm thinking about.
Okay, good.
Suddenly everybody sees the message.
What? He's
Dun,
actually
dun, dun.
there.
You're doing what? Oh. I'll have to come up with an underhanded plan to undermine it.
There we go.
Yes,
And that looks
it's-
like you correctly secreted that to me.
The thing.
Yeah, it's not like we can all see it, right,
Of-
guys?
Nope,
see
can't
what
at all.
We definitely don't know about
That
El
question
Cinto,
does not make sense.
the masked luchador.
I don't understand.
Okay, so I'll clarify.
If you can phrase that slightly differently, in maybe not a question.
Okay.
TeamSpeak also has a whisper option where it requires some setting up though. Like you can go to settings and then options, and then there's some ability I think under whisper to create a whisper list.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of work. You could just send me a message in Skype at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, remove. And then you can actually talk to somebody and nobody else can hear it except them.
Okay, you can do that.
Okay.
I can roll it for you. How many dice?
How many dice? Probably. What do I have?
Actually, I mean, you can roll it yourself. If you type
Yeah.
slash GM roll,
Mhm.
and then whatever the skill that you're using here.
Okay.
That should show it just to me, and then, as appropriate, you know what to do.
Alrighty.
There we go. Nope, that did not work.
Yeah, again, I'm always doing the same mistakes. I don't know why.
I mean, you've done different mistakes. It's fine.
You've done a lot of mistakes.
Aw.
So many mistakes in your life.
They all led up
Mistakes
to
were
this
made.
moment.
What one of them is playing this game, right?
Alright. What?
Yeah, it may be fun, but the psychological damage it does is always building inevitably.
It's like some sort of stress tracker.
Wait, what did I do wrong here?
You put a W instead of a D.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Don't
Yeah,
you hate it when that
I'm
happens?
German. That's the problem. In that case.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. So that was your
Second downtime.
that was your second downtime action,
Yes.
and you can build a Zingo as we go. So what's the plan, guys? You have got a lot of money. Do you want to do some more bonus downtime actions? Do you want to secret some of that money away into your stash?
I imagine we'll just keep
You
it
got
for when
+2
we
to
need
your
it.
stash, right? Ruby?
I have 2 coins in my stash, or 2 stash, I guess. Not 2 coins in my stash.
Right.
2 stash equals 1 coin.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, you
I'm
put
just
in
gonna
an amount
keep
of
I've got
coins,
1
how much you
coin
can take
on
out.
hand. I've got two stash, and I think I'm just gonna keep that for when we need it.
Okay. Yeah.
About our next score, by the way, there's 2 options. Like we discussed while you were gone, Brad, what we might do.
Mhm.
And one thing we considered was getting our blue code bribes back, or getting new ones, so that we could move on to Sacred Nexus next.
Ah.
Yeah.
Since we keep breaking everything.
Arms and whatnot.
But another option I'd like to suggest is that we can consider trying to get Ian and Lan out of prison. Of course, we can also wait and do that as a later thing.
Yeah, I think they're fine where they are right now.
Wow.
Yeah, they get us into enough trouble as it is.
What? Lan is a nice guy.
You got arrested by the
Ian
cops.
isn't, but Lan is a nice guy. Lan is always helping everybody and never taking any money for himself and always being nice.
Yeah, nice people have no place in this gang.
Wow. Wow. I see.
It's too good for this world.
Fine. We'll go get your blue coat grubs.
I don't know.
Fine.
I think he's the right kind of nice, which is to say, biddable.
The kind of nice that specifically just follows Farouk around.
Right.
That must be a raw surprise for Farouk when Lan gets out of prison and doesn't have his old vice anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Something will be wrong.
Very wrong. So
I
yeah,
mean-
what do you want to think of for your next score here?
Are we going for blue coat bribes, or are we getting Lan and Yin or one of them out of prison?
Or we could also go to the crows and start working in that direction.
Which one? What did you want to do with the crows? I keep thinking Deathseeker crows. I can't help it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
The human-sized crows.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could also go to the hive and start becoming better
Yeah,
friends with them.
so work on like the direction you've been looking into.
Yeah, Rourke
Yeah,
stuff.
I guess that's 3 options. Should we just vote? Make it quick? Like everybody writes and we press enter at the same time kind of thing?
So we have what? Rorik, Prison Break, or Lookouts. Basically what we're looking at. So that's 3 options.
Well, okay. So, is Rorik necessarily the same thing as Crows, though? I mean, there's like his agenda of like
Well,
seeking
I mean,
vengeance.
something in that direction.
Yeah, I think
Something to do with that whole situation.
yeah, sort of like a 2 birds with 1 stone thing. Like if we can help out Rourke, take revenge on the Crows. We can get a foothold in there, which leads us back to Tangletown.
I mean, we can do that as part of Bluecoat bribes. We can steal their Bluecoats away.
Yeah, I suppose that's one way. If the Crows have like Bluecoats working for them.
I don't know if we would
They're
want to
gangs.
necessarily do this as a score, but one thing we could start to work on is putting putting Rorik into a hull. So
Ooh,
that,
I like that.
yeah, so he'd owe us one and could march back in as even if he's not like doesn't become like the leader of the Crows again, then he'd certainly have
Step
influence
one,
and could
where are you gonna find a hole?
Oh well,
I mean, it sounds
that's a
more
process.
downtime-y. It sounds more like a downtimey thing.
Yeah.
Like
But
some
we can
progress
say that
bars.
next downtime we each like allocate an action to it, so that it's still a group thing.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. Get Robo Rorik back.
Yeah, that sounds cool, and that might definitely give us a foothold in Crow's Foot.
For sure.
So Bluecoat bribes or Prison Break.
Well, okay. I'd be fine with either of those.
Me too.
Although, come to think of it, I'm sure that even if we can't do it right away, at some point, getting the things that we'll need for a hull is going to require a score. But maybe we'd have to do like some research before we can even know what we would need to grab.
We can send a coin and do the research now.
Yeah, that's something we could do.
Let's spend the crew coin since this is a crew thing. I'll remove it from the character sheet. You would be so kind to remove it, Kelsa, from the thing. So someone else should probably do the investigation, because as Ruby, my like investigative skills are, I get distracted. Butterflies and beetles and.
They're not fully formed.
So is like hull construction something a chemist would know about? Or would they be involved in that process?
Very tangentically.
Okay.
That's a nice word.
It does sound like something that either well, I don't know about Zingdo, whether or not it's something that he'd be good at or not.
Zingo, what playbook are you going for, buddy?
I'm going with Lurk.
That's funny. Okay, so Farouk will be happy to study that situation. That seems fascinating. It has to do with essentially bringing things back from the dead. Oh yeah. Lots of fun.
Can you make El Zingdo also accessible to us? Like I can open it, but I can only see bio and info.
Oh yeah, same with Ruby.
I'm still editing it, so it's probably just because I haven't clicked outside the box yet.
Well, it's his GM thing.
I think it's probably a permission thing
Oh,
where only
okay.
you have
No, it
permission
is.
to
It is
edit
permission thing. I didn't realize I'd given permissions to everybody before.
Yeah.
I'll do it again. Hold on.
Cool.
Yeah, William will definitely help you with your studying for.
Okay. So this is going to be. Is this a regular roll, or is this because it's in downtime? Is this a some sort of fortune roll?
It's gonna be a fortune roll.
Okay.
Gather information.
Because this is basically gather information, or it would actually, I think, be a clock. I mean, I guess it depends. Like,
Well, we want to know what's
what
necessary.
is your goal to find a hull that you could acquire, find the plans on how to make a hull, find someone who can build a hull for you, or something else?
I think it's the.
I think even more basic, isn't it? Aren't we trying to figure out like what do we need to do to what does this process consist of? Like a set of clocks, some scores. Like I think
It depends on what way you're going to pursue it.
I think
If you want to build yourself a hull, that's going to be a completely different path than find someone who knows how to build a hull and convince them to build it for you.
I mean, building a hull sounds like our
different path from find a hull that already exists and steal it. Like, those are all valid options, but they are all very different.
Yeah, I think build a hull probably wouldn't be our option.
I mean, we get to tinker with interesting arcane stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
I think that
Zinged, your tinkerer, is now no longer
suddenly needed.
Well, I guess actually, like, working on the hull will probably have to be like postponed until he's back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, okay, so I think that like building a hull is probably the most sensible way to go about it, and that seems to be like the way others want to do it. I mean, think
would
that
Farouk want to work on like something interesting and arcane.
Well, the thing is, he'd want to take a shortcut, because just out of impatience. So I think he's going to look for a way to steal one with the idea that certainly he can just rip the current occupant out and put put Rorix in. It'll be no problem.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I think William voices some concern with the plan, but goes along.
Okay.
Ruby is busy like being distracted.
Okay, and Farouk will downplay the idea that that's the way he's proceeding, but he's not going to hide it either. He's just going to try and smooth it over.
I imagine Zing can still tinker on it well. Ooh, Zing should give it some cool gadgets.
Like lasers.
Creature comforts.
Laser sounds awesome.
Yeah, like Zing should like together, like with Farouk and Zing, I'm sure they can get the current occupant out, and then Zing should tinker on the hull to give it some, cool stuff, so that this new hull can become the new leader of the crows without too much trouble. Having lasers might do that.
Yeah. We are setting up a literal ghost in the machine.
And then I'm sure that Farouk and Zing together can get this ghost back, or our new ghost into the hull. I mean, I'm sure that will work.
You're sure it'll
its new shell.
Totally fine.
Yeah. Totes, no problem.
Everything.
I wonder what Ruby will be like when she gets into puberty.
Okay.
Probably a bit traumatized.
I mean, is she gonna live that long?
Wow.
This crew.
I mean, if the current track record is anything to go with, she's gonna spend puberty in prison.
Yeah.
I mean, or liquefied, or as a devil dog, but
yeah,
Probably alive. Probably.
Yeah.
Technically alive.
Yeah, in one form and or another.
So I guess I'll do this as a. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to always lean on consort. So maybe it's he's studying where to find such a thing, or would it really make more sense to be asking around who would know where there's a spare hull that
I mean,
will probably still be missed, but it's not like completely egregious and just like obviously doing it ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be like a bit on the down low, we could just like study like transportation records if there are like any suspicious packages that would
there
probably
are
contain the hull.
hulls in use around town. There are like some of the very rich members of the hive have hulls that haul their stuff around. Definitely in I'm going to bring us back over to the map here. Definitely in Whitestone, and if you've ever been to White Crown, which you probably have never been to White Crown, you've heard rumors of people who have been to White Crown that there are humanoid-shaped lifelike hulls that act as servants. You've probably seen a few of them around Brightstone. There are also rumors of small hulls that either are used by various gangs in sneaky ways. There are basically outside of Brightstone or White Crown, you're not going to find a lot of hulls. They are very expensive and very rare. And if you were to manage to pull this off, it would definitely attract a lot of attention once it's done.
Okay.
Because it's very much a rare and expensive thing.
I guess in that case we should make it. Cause,
We should.
It sounds like something. I mean, like, I'm fine with stealing. I'm fine with making enemies, but making enemies with the filthy rich people in this town, like, no way.
Yeah, I think we can probably rebuild them. We have the technology.
From a sensibility standpoint, I totally agree. From a Frooke crazy enough to want to take the shortcut? I still think that
Can Ruby try and like worm Farouk's cold heart?
Is there anything that Ruby could say that would convince you otherwise?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. This game handles PvP very well,
Yeah.
even if it's something as simple as trying to convince someone of something. So, if you believe that there is something that Ruby could say that might change your mind, then she can go ahead and try to persuade you by rolling a persuade, being an adorable little girl, and convincing Farouk to take the long road.
You know what? That would be cool for Ruby to try and get like a soft spot in Farouk's heart. I'm not sure if that's ever possible, but she's gonna try.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Um.
So, what approach do you use? Because there certainly are. There's like I can think of an approach offhand that would work, but I don't want to say because I'm curious how just Ruby would approach it and whether or not that how difficult it would be.
I guess like the thing Ruby knows about Farouk mostly that even she's picked up is that he cares about Diania.
It's pretty hard to not pick that up.
So I think she's gonna take the Diania approach. I know what she's gonna do. Tell me, Kelsa, if this works. She's gonna sit down and pray very hard to Diania, to come down and convince Farouk that his plan is too dangerous and that it will put like the Shroud in danger, and she doesn't want all her friends to be hurt. It might not work, and then she's going to take another approach, but that's what she's going to try first. She's going to sit down and pray to Diana very hard. That Diana, just please, Diana, help me convince Farouk that this plan of him, like it's gonna get us all in danger. And not out of cowardice, just out of concern for her friends in the Shroud. Should I roll a die of fate or something, and below or above a certain number she does it? Or is it...
Yeah, I'm trying to decide here how, if this might actually be risky. I roll 1d6 right now to determine if you're going to roll
Sure.
just
a 1.
Okay, this is risky.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, you're gonna be rolling. I feel like it's either. I don't know what action it would be. You tell
Would
me.
consort make sense, since that is what Farouk uses to communicate with like demons and creatures?
Well, he has a special power that has him do that. But I think that could make sense. Yeah.
Okay. Position risky?
Yes.
Effect?
Standard.
Okay. I guess she'll just try her hardest in an extra die. A 5.
All right. So Diana does not directly appear to you, but you feel her presence.
Okay.
And then she will, however, then go and appear to Farouk on Ruby's behalf. Well, on her own behalf, but at Ruby's insistence.
Cool.
The problem is Diana is actually on board with Farouk's plan.
Oh,
Well,
Whoops. Yeah, I mean that totally would have worked. Like you wouldn't have beyond like if she just showed up and indicated even tangentially that she didn't want Farouk to follow that path.
Yeah,
you wouldn't need to make any further rolls. He'd just
it
relent.
would
But
no,
yeah,
the problem is that Diana likes this plan. In fact, she has a target in mind for you to steal a hull from.
of course.
So I think what happens then is, Farouk, where does Diana find you as she wanders, skipping through the halls, looking not much older than Ruby, except
May
with
I be
her sharp
present
teeth
when
and
she
two old
shows?
eyes?
Well, I guess over the past few days, Farouk has I mean, he's been spending some time like in his birthing chamber, like specifically calling upon Rorix to talk. But I think a lot of it he's actually just spent walking the streets, taking in some of Rorix's old haunts. Not like the Tangletown itself, but like other places that he's visited, possibly even near the canal dockers docks where he died, that sort of thing.
Interesting. Yeah. I like this. So as you're walking around with Rorik, throughout Crowsfoot, Diania appears to you. She wasn't there one moment, and then the next she's skipping along beside you, like not quite, not like holding your hand or anything like that, but just like skipping along next to you so that anyone casually glancing would think that she was your daughter or something. Um, Looking very much like an innocent little girl, except as she turns her predatory eyes onto various people in the crowd and grins with her shark teeth. But the rest of the people don't seem to notice, whether it's that they don't see her or if they just overlook those sinister features. It's hard to say. But she's beside you, and Rorik obviously is aware of her presence as well. But hold on one second. I forgot I was typing that. That's for you, Mark. I got distracted by looking at some other stuff, and I realized I typed that all out and never hit enter. Okay, so she appears beside you, and she says in her weirdly sing-song voice, "This is a good idea. I know just where to find one." Do you have any reaction?
Oh yes. It shall be as you say, great mother. You honor me too much with your presence.
Uh, and she kind of laughs like that tinkling child's laugh. That's uh a little bit too it's slightly otherworldly, I guess you could say. Um, and she says, "The circle of the flame. They have one. They have just the one you want. I know you'd like it, Rorik." And the ghost of Rorik is trying really hard not to freak out. Um, they're just barely holding their electroplasmic presence together. And she says, "They have a library. In that library, there's a hull, just like you wanted. They're putting it to such terrible use. Stocking shelves. Can you believe it?" She like stops in front of you in the middle of the street and just like puts her fists on her hips and does that little like pouty thing that little girls do. And she takes a she just kind of takes a stand and is like, "I need you to stop that."
Anything. Anything.
And then she says, "Look out for Lady Drake." And then you blink and she's gone.
Well, Rorix, it seems we have a plan.
So, who are the Circle of Flame again?
Yeah.
Good question. Yeah. So,
Someone that we're going to piss off.
Yeah, a tier 3 gang.
the Circle of Flame is a tier 3 gang. You know that they have their headquarters in Six Towers. There is a club called the Centurilia Club. that is their headquarters, but they also have a lot of other holdings. They are like a secret society of and this is a word that I have trouble saying. Antiquarians.
What is
Antiquarians.
that?
Antiquarians?
Thank you. I can't say that
Antiquarians,
word.
okay.
People who deal with antiquities.
Yeah.
Yes,
fair enough.
that is correct.
That
That is
might,
the
that
word I
might be
cannot
an
say.
interesting space to visit.
And scholars. But it is also a cover for extortion, graft, vice, and murder. Very much, if you guys have seen, I referred to this show last time, Penny Dreadful, and that kind of secret society. You know that they are led by the Seven, which are 7 noblemen, men and women, I should say, who are both who are either royalty or nobility here in Akarosi, or are like one of them is an Aruvian diplomat, and a few more are from other are very high, well respected merchants that have a lot of money, that are as rich as nobility without the title.
Do we happen to know that they're not on the best of terms with the Hive?
Yes, you actually do know that they are not on the best of terms with the Hive.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are, you guys know are. Yeah, so you know that for sure.
I mean that's our chance to get in good with the Hive again, and maybe we can build up a beneficial relationship with the Hive eventually.
Yeah, this definitely seems like a venue to do it.
Especially if they also want Sir Rorik avenged. I mean that could go well for us.
Indeed.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's the information you got for that, and so you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks to Ruby.
I mean, I'm curious how she'd respond. Would she see it as like, okay, if Dionea says it, then it must be like safe or wise or smart or the best? Or does she think, fuck that Dionea for screwing me over?
I mean, you are
brainwashed. There is that. And you prayed to Dionea for guidance, and this is the guidance she gave. So, are you going to be like, no, you're a poopy head god, you gave your wrong guidance. How dare you?
I mean, she wouldn't go that far, but she might be a little disappointed because she feel like everybody is still in danger. I'm gonna roll a die to see. I'm gonna roll a d6. On 1 and 2, she's disappointed. On 3 or 4, she's like, yeah, whatever. And on 5 and 6, she's like, oh yeah, hey, cool, Dionea. Thank you for pointing us in the right direction. Oh, okay.
All right, thank you, Dionea.
Yeah.
Praise be.
Thank you, wise goddess, for giving us a target that's not in bright stone or white crown. Thank you for pointing us in a safer direction. I mean, obviously, she doesn't know if it's safer or not, and might be more dangerous. But she thinks that if Dionea says it, it's going to be safer than the other options.
Where Farouk is all, thank you for showing us the path.
Right.
So yeah, Ruby is happy with this.
Cool. Well, it sounds like we've got a plan for next time.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess Yin and Lan are gonna stay in prison, and we're not gonna get our blue coats just yet.
They can rot a little bit more.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No problem.
Lan-
Elzingto will help you. And
I mean, Yin doesn't. I mean, for Yin, it's her fault, right? But I mean,
Mhm.
poor Lan.
Yeah, he doesn't
Poor
deserve it
Lan.
all.
Hardened
Whatever
criminal
do
comes
to you?
back.
I
Gonna
mean,
have
Yin
gonna
kind of
have
deserves
tattoos and
it,
the
but
beard.
poor Lan. I mean, really, he's been screwed since the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I took the choice to screw.
Well, right, but I mean, he's your character, so you
But-
can do whatever you
But
want.
in
to him.
game, like, poor Lan, why is nobody getting him out? He's been in jail longer than Yin.
It's time and place for everything.
This seems like a pretty good place to wrap it and
Sure.
do some XP, guys. I think we've got a solid idea. You've got some good leads for next time, and we've done all of our. We did a mission and downtime. We're rocking and rolling, kids.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, let's do the shroud
Elzingo.
first.
El Dingo.
Elzingdo. We're gonna give you XP for Zing, not Elzingdo, just
Yes.
so you know.
yeah, I know.
I love and hate your character. This is so perfect. Oh gosh! Wow.
I love that he's a lurk. I think
Yeah.
that's just great.
Oh man,
It's the
I think
exact
we've now
opposite.
seen every single playbook come through this crew. So let's start with Zing before he went off on a bender with his girlfriend. I feel like that's totally what happened. And,
Total party.
so, did you address a challenge with technical skill or destruction?
Well, this mechanism was something.
Oh yeah, definitely. You figured out that mechanism for sure. So that's an XP right there.
Mm.
Any other times you think that that he used technical skill or destruction? Anybody can chime in. We should. It's important that we all help each other to become better at everything.
I don't. I mean, I didn't even play the bagpipes, did I? So I didn't even use
Yeah.
technical skill.
I did not there's technical skill involved there just yet.
We managed to stop you from playing the bagpipes.
Yes.
Congratulations, everybody.
I mean, that's an excuse for everyone else, I guess.
There's definitely destruction involved of some kind.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I mean, I maybe a bit when I was a bit mad at Farouk because he tried to comment me around, but
Yeah, I do believe.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe
I'm-
that's struggling with your trauma, maybe. Rather
Well,
think
certainly
that's
there was struggling with
the
the
way
trauma. And I think beliefs and drives, yeah, for exactly that. It's like Brooke was just trying to get him to do the thing that he's best at, and there's all this flack.
Mm-hmm. So there's two.
yes.
Then, did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas? Yeah, definitely. You can go ahead and take 2 for that. So you're at 4.
Okay. Nice. Then when Zink comes back, he has Tinker 4.
Nice. I'm gonna follow up and around the Twitch feed way doodle. Hasa, you're next. Ruby, you are a slide.
A slide, yeah.
Did you?
And I've written down the stuff on my character sheet as well.
Did you address a challenge with deception or influence?
Yeah, I think so.
At
Yeah,
least
was it-
once.
Yeah, a bit of deception at the start.
Mm-hmm. Did you express your
I think twice even, because later I also ended up like pretending
yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
steal
the whole thing with the
yeah, stealing
with
that
the gem.
thing, setting
For
that.
sure.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? Yes. At the very least, your background, being the daughter of a docker, came up and was very important. What about beliefs or drives or heritage? Do you feel like any of that came into play?
Maybe just now.
Yeah, like at the very
with
end.
Farouk trying to keep him safe and everybody safe.
Yeah.
I really thought I wouldn't get that much XP this session.
Sometimes it just happens.
It just sneaks in.
Yeah.
And did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma? Ruby doesn't have any trauma yet, right?
She doesn't have a trauma, and she didn't struggle with her vice.
Okay, that's 4.
Cool.
So, Brad, how about Farouk?
All right.
Did Farouk do whisper things in a whispery way? Did you address a challenge with knowledge or arcane power? Yes. And yes, that's 2. Definitely, you did a lot of that today. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I think drives in that he's pushing to do this score in the dangerous way that seems like elegant to him rather than the sensible way.
The slow and safe way. Yeah, totally. And did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma? Do you have a trauma? I feel like you do.
Oh yes. I'm cold.
I don't know if you were very cold.
Yeah. I don't know if I had issues with my trauma. I did like in downtime pretty much just indulge in my vices rather than like gathering information. It was like I was supposed to do this, but I'd rather just hang around and find out stuff. But I don't know if that counts because it did help.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I'm gonna say no because it helped. It didn't really interfere. You didn't struggle with it per se.
Sure.
So 3.
Okay.
And Umbra, what about our dear friend the Dandelion?
Indeed. Let's see.
Spider is such a fun playbook.
It is. Such wonderful things.
The best.
There.
Did you address a challenge with preparation or calculation?
Yeah, I would say so. With the whole ordeal with Rorik and trying to figure out how all of that ties together.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I think a little bit of it came up. Maybe. Let's see.
Can you think of a specific example? Because I cannot.
I just mentioned his nobility at some point, but like I know that I specifically turned down talking about the dandelion thing with Ruby, so that's probably not a thing.
I'm gonna give you 1 for that.
And this also his whole talking session with Diana in the temple. He shows off a bit of his newfound devotion.
I will give you that as well. Yeah. Your vice or trauma? I don't think.
Let's see. He has been trying to play up the whole haunted thing. I don't know if I've been struggling
I felt that.
from it.
I felt it though. I don't know if it was struggling. That's the point.
Yeah. You didn't get in like worse position from it.
Yeah, I felt like you playing towards it, but not struggling with it. Like it was there and it was a thing, but it wasn't a problem.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Agree with that. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm feeling 3 for you as well.
Yeah, all fine with that.
All right, and for our crew, did you advance the agenda of your deity or embody its precepts in action? I feel that the answer to that may actually be no, but for this session, but definitely yes for next session.
Yeah, we just made bank.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys just mostly did money.
Yeah.
Did you contend with challenges above your current station? Yes, you definitely did.
Yes.
Sorry, are we doing crew?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we're doing
Failing
crew.
to keep track.
Yes.
That's why I moved us over to the crew sheet. Unless you're still a GM, in which case you're
Well, no,
shot left
I wasn't,
behind.
but I was already in there. But I was just idly scrolling through it, I think. So sorry, how many did we get?
Oh,
so far
still
one.
figuring. Yeah.
Okay.
Then did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? I don't really think so.
I mean, I think weren't we playing the bagpipes, writing down the
No.
Well,
You did
I don't know.
bring
The
dogs with you. I'm gonna give you one for terrifying.
yeah, the Lampblacks definitely like saw a side of us that they had to be disconcerting, even if they're like greater enough that it's they're not going to be like completely freaked out, but they're at least partially freaked out.
Did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew? Yes, multiple times. Like all of those things, the crew gets 4 XP, which is going to bring you up
2
to
max and then 1 above.
Yep. So you guys have a crew advance, and we've got some time if you want to figure out what crew advance to take right now. And before we wrap,
I feel like we should get like some.
Do you want to dive into the upgrades?
Like either
perhaps?
training or did we have a natural training, by the way? Yeah, we have resolve training.
Or we should get a boat, because
or a
we
boat
stole
or
boats.
something like that. That's what I was thinking.
You want those boats to be officially your boats?
Sure.
Yeah. Or
Cool.
Do those need 2 upgrades, or can we just check in one and it's just one boat?
So you keep one boat, unless you want to check them both and keep 2 boats. But then you've got one more crew upgrade box you can click on or check. I mean,
do we have 2 upgrades?
Yeah, when you get, you can either get 1 special ability or get 2 upgrades.
Oh, okay. I see.
Normally, like getting or improving a cohort costs 2 upgrades.
Okay.
You could also add a type to your cohort or remove one of their flaws.
I like our cohorts as they are.
Yeah.
Well, we could make them elite killers.
I mean, you could. Well, so the elite killers is to take killers that you already have and make them elite. You don't currently have killers, so you would not be able to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You could make them into killers with one of your upgrade points, and then later make them into elite killers.
Maybe. I mean.
Yeah, what we can also do is
Or we
like.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Like we can also get like something else, like make our part of our lair officially hidden, like the down part, like just hide
make
that
it
really well.
more secure. Officially have quarters so that you guys are not like so you're not sleeping on cold stone while you stay there.
Or get like training, like we haven't been using that very much, but it's kind of a cool thing where like as a downtime action you can get 1 XP into Insight, Prowess, Resolve, or your playbook.
Yeah.
But we already have Resolve training, which means that if we do that, we can actually get 2 XP, and 2 XP for 1 downtime action is pretty nice.
So that's what you get for Resolve right now. But
yeah.
If you were to add that to one of the other ones, 2 XP for just a downtime action is pretty sweet.
Really? But there isn't an extra box there, right? I mean,
no. So the way it works is previously in previous versions, when we updated to Quick Start 7.1, I thought I went over this, but previously, if you did not have training, you could not train during downtime. However, it changed with the 7.1 rule set that if you do not have training, you can still train during downtime for 1 XP. If you do have the training facility, you get 2 XP.
Ah, I see.
So we do have resolve training because we're a cult and cults have that generally always. But we could get personal training or insight or prowess training, like train our minds or our bodies or our special abilities. Or just make our quarters hidden, or our lair hidden, or have quarters or more secure. I mean,
So I'm actually more into the hidden or posher quarters, but I certainly wouldn't object to training if somebody like particularly wants it.
I mean, I'm fine with like doing something.
Yeah, I'm fine with either one. I think personal training could be pretty good, so we can like advance our playbooks a bit faster.
Mm.
Do you think,
Okay.
Elzindo?
I don't really mind too much. I think personal would be great for Helsinki to get back a little bit.
Yeah, to catch up a
and
bit.
yeah, but I mean, it's like the second character that always pops up when I can't play Zing, so I don't mind too much.
Yeah, so I would say we can go for we go for quarters here, and then focus on training next time we level up.
Sure, we can do quarters,
Okay.
and then next time we can do something like personal training and make part of our base hidden, and then after that we can go for secure and have
All
maybe
right.
vault.
Y'all have
Okay.
beds now.
Fine.
Beds?
Amazing.
Yeah. You've managed to clean out some parts of the cathedral, put
Yeah.
up tapestries to make sure that they're not drafty, put down rugs so that the stone is not cold upon your feet. Get actual beds in there so that you can sleep in comfort, put doors so you have you each have private rooms. Now Ruby could still want to go ahead and live on her houseboat and infiltrate Tangletown, but there's a room for her now here if she wants one.
That's nice. That's nice. And she wasn't doing it to infiltrate Tangletown like Farouk. That
Well,
might be Farouk's idea. Her idea is just have a safe place for herself, and she's gonna keep that in case things go wrong with the shroud. I mean, she's totally devout and convinced that the shroud will be nice to her, but just a little voice in her mind, in the back of her mind, that's still her own. That tells her to, just in case something happens, just a little place of her in a neutral ground.
Yeah, so like in the fiction, I think what happens is we keep one of the boats, but we just turn the rest into beds.
Yeah, we just pull the wooden planks apart.
Yeah.
Cushions. Aha.
All right, so the official word of God, by the way, is in the future you will need to indulge your vice to avoid taking additional stress from your traumas. Your prayer through conviction will not prevent that from will not prevent you from that harm.
Ooh.
All right.
That makes that a lot less good.
Yeah.
It's still good,
Yeah.
but
It's very secure.
it's very very secure, and if you only have one trauma and a lot of stress, it's still very safe. But you could also take your time to, if you have a lot of stress, take your time to indulge your vice, and then also spend downtime with conviction, because you get that bonus die moving forward in addition to
That's the trade-off.
That's the trade-off.
Yeah, and actually that's exactly what I did. Is that I indulged in vice first, and then used the conviction. And it worked out really well.
Did not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't either, but I didn't have a vice yet. Well,
Good
I mean,
try.
my characters do, but Ruby doesn't.
Thought we were gonna go. My characters do, but I don't.
Yeah, something like that. Ooh, I have 5 playbook advancements for Lan, and when I have all 8, I can get Foresight. Assist someone without paying stress. I like that one. Spider is so cool. You really chose the right playbook.
Yeah, I really like Spider as a playbook.
Yeah, I mostly chose it because I thought it was like the only one that you hadn't used yet. I looked back through the characters and watched some of the VODs, and it just hadn't come up yet. So I figured,
we hadn't used the lurk either. I think.
Oh, is Yin not a dog?
No, Yin is a hound.
Oh, okay.
She does have the Devil's Footsteps thing, but it's borrowed. It's a veteran advance.
Right,
And we're all going to avoid commenting on that she's a hound. Sorry.
Yes, definitely no
How
jokes made
so?
about that.
What, that she's a dog? or what?
I will make no further comments.
Yes.
I see. I get you. A female hound, huh?
I mean, it's your words, not mine.
I mean, she is. She kind of is.
She kind of is. Let's not mince words here. She kind of is.
And Lan is a cutter, or?
Yeah, Lan is a cutter.
Okay.
Yeah, he
And
is.
he's a badass cutter at that.
Yeah, he's scary. I mean, he hasn't been at liberty in a while, but I remember when he gets in a fight, he's a whole gang of fight, and yeah.
Oh yeah, and he's got those
He's
wicked
brutal
metal hands.
and he's
Gross.
equal in skill to a small gang. And wait until I get my skirmish up to level 4.
I just hope he survives the hardships of.
Well, they'll certainly do something to him.
I mean, I kind of that kind of reminds me of another character that I think it was in Fate, wasn't it?
Who was it?
Well, in semi-angel, semi-demon that just
Oh yes.
went a bit overboard with her spells sometimes, but
Crazy. What she called again?
yeah.
Who?
Mark's character in the Pirates game.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, this is before.
A Cypher.
Cypher, right?
Oh yes.
Cypher was crazy.
And then I have always these ridiculous rolls as well. And
yeah, but you had like a +8 to something or whatever.
I think I had a +11 on the kind of a laser death race something.
Something crazy.
Yeah. Oh, way not just a little bit off the charts, but way off the charts.
I think it was a +8 on the skill, and then you could roll a +4 on the dice themselves, of course, so you could get to a maximum of 12.
That's
sure that was
I
it.
think I had 11 or 12 or something like that.
Yeah.
That's just disgusting.
Was just.
Well, I think we are reaching our end here, right on time, shockingly enough.
Yeah.
Weird. Can I do some shout outs because I'm in a ridiculous number of games?
Absolutely.
Hey guys, if you're watching this and you want to see more of my face, you follow me on Twitter because I tweet about all of the games that I'm in when I'm going live. That's at Kelsa on Twitter. You can also follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/KelsaDelphi, because I always host whenever I'm on someone's stream. I also host a bunch of other cool streams when they're streaming and I'm not, which is most of the time. But anyway, the point is that I am actually on 7 tabletop role-playing game shows this week.
Wow.
I already did one yesterday. This one just wrapped up. There are 5 more. There's another one tonight, one tomorrow, one Friday, and 2 on Saturday. I might be crazy.
What are you doing tonight?
Later tonight, we are doing a one-shot of Mobile Frame Zero Firebrands.
Ooh,
Oh.
nice. Hearing about
Which
that.
I played once before, and it is so much fun. I'll be playing that over on AP Gaming Reels channel this evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. And surprisingly, my lady will be joining me for this, which is really cool. I've been trying to strong arm her into getting on her show with me for a while. And so, of course, the one that is about mech fighting and romance is the one that she will be joining me for. Very excited about that. I'm very hyped. Tomorrow, I will be on Die Party Fulcrum on Henley's channel, where we are playing some weird apocalyptic event has created superpowers in the world. All of the PCs have randomly generated superpowers, and now we have to deal with it. We all agreed to allow for randomly generated superpowers instead of choosing our own, and then having to deal with the fallout and consequences of that. And it's turned out to be very interesting, and I want to know more about this world. Friday is the first episode of Mouse Guard, which will also be on AP Gaming Reels channel. We were supposed to start last week, but due to circumstances beyond any of our control, it got postponed. But I have my Mouse Guard book in physical meat space, so I am ready, and that is at 5 p.m. Pacific on AP Gaming Reels channel. And then Saturday, I will be a player in a Blades in the Dark game, which is Never Sunny in Duskfall over on Eric Volkaris' channel. Look at that mouse guard. Look at it. Hype. Where I am a player, my character there is a hound, and she is in fact a female hound, and all of the stereotypes are true. She has the trauma of vicious.
High five.
And in the evening, I will be a guest once again with AP Gaming Reel for his ongoing Kingdom Builder 5th edition D&D game, Winter's Edge. Last week, one of the PCs died tragically, and this whole week, all of the tavern PCs who are viewers who can interact directly with the fiction by living in the town that they all run have been mourning her passing. And on this Saturday, a new PC will step forth into the light. And I'm very excited to introduce my half-orc druid to the party and see where that goes from there. So that's my week. It's a lot of stuff.
Wow.
I'm excited and happy to do all of these things. How about the rest of you?
That sounds like jam-packed with
do other things.
Sorry. That sounds like jam-packed with awesome rather than being crazy to me. But
I know.
you know.
It seems like a bit of both.
I'm neglecting
But the
the
good parts
fact that
about
I also work 40 hours at like a real job. So we'll just gloss over that part.
You can fit in the real job somewhere around the edges.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, whatever.
Just rent.
It's not that important.
So does please go ahead.
Yeah. Speaking of not that important, I've just learned this week that my schedule will not be as tense as I expected it to be over the next few months or so. So I might be getting into streaming a bit more now that I have some free time to have a look at in the future. I'll probably be shouting it out here when I know more.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's me.
Okay.
I want some actually important people.
No, let me know when you do. I'd like to check it out. And unless there's any other shout-outs,
I assume that Mark and I have a shout out, but that's one of yours as well. So go ahead.
So yes, on Friday, we're gonna be playing some Masks, which is a Powered by the Apocalypse game that is involves superpowered kids trying to on a team trying to sort of
Find their
establish
identity.
themselves and find their own identities. Um, and that will be on Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific. Uh, then on Saturday, Breaking Arcanus will continue, which is D&D 3.5, and it's everything that one thinks of when uh, thinking of 3.5. I think, um, for good or ill. And then Sunday, it looks like I'm just gonna be like chilling playing Civ, and that's at 4 p.m. Pacific. Saturday is gonna be at 9 p.m. And then we'll be back here at 10. And once again, messing with people above our station and stealing stuff and bringing Rorix back to life.
When did you do you play Civ? And do you play online or single player?
It's online, but probably continuing an ongoing game, and that's at 4 p.m. My time, which I'm not sure what time that is in Europe, but I mean, if you're
Late.
free, then we could start a new one. I mean, that'd be cool.
If it's Pacific, then it's midnight GMT.
What day was it again?
Sunday.
Sunday. Actually, I do have two other people at least who might be interested as well. If you want to make a big game and want to make it like giant map, I don't know how many players you have, but I can ask them if they're interested.
Yeah. Let's definitely look into that.
Okay.
Yeah, the game that we started is just me and one other person, with a bunch of AIs, but it'd be cool to do like a massive thing. That'd be a lot of fun.
Okay, I'll ask my friends,
Okay.
and I mean I can't guarantee it, but one of them is up at strange times always anyway. So and it's a Sunday. So I don't have anything to do on Mondays, but I don't know how it is with them. But I can ask them. So and then I will write you on Skype.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know. Sure.
Okay.
So thanks again, everybody. I appreciate it. For those watching, if you enjoy the show but haven't hit follow yet, please do so that you'll know when I go online.
Mhm.
So, bye, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.